Good afternoon, fans of Seneca High School. Today, we're very excited to bring you an interview with Mr. Baker, our Irish Power coach, and a couple of his favorite athletes. Today, we're going to learn more about Irish Power and the program of strength and conditioning that Mr. Baker has built at Seneca High School. So, Mr. Baker, why don't you tell us about how Irish Power came into existence and how this whole process has happened?
Sure. I think we've used the term Irish Power for a long time. I think Mr. Herrig was probably actually the first one that started putting it on paper and planning workouts and stuff. But as it is today, it kind of evolved from I coached football and basketball here for 8 years. And the longer I was doing that, the more that was falling on me to plan things in the weight room and things like that. But everything was just kind of random all the time. We had different coaches planning different things. Kids didn't do it at all. Not a lot of girls coming in, off-season time. So I approached then athletic director Steve Haynes about could we have a position that involves coaching everybody in that strength and conditioning so that we're all unified and in the same program. So that's really how it's come about now and has really progressed over time when the students started to buy in more and more and become unified in it. And it's become very good continuity from athletic PE to training in the off season, in season, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, I think for our community watching the growth in the program and seeing the amount of kids that you share in pictures on social media is really cool to see. So Casey, what's something that's your favorite part about Irish Power training?
I think my favorite part probably would have to be that all the sports are coming together. And it's not just football being there alone. It's volleyball, there's basketball players, baseball players who usually don't want to get in the weight room. They're all there and working together and pushing each other to be better.
Well, that's great. Thanks for sharing. I think that's naturally fits into our question for Gabby. Gabby, what does one team in the Irish Power mantra mean to you?
Yeah, kind of going with what Casey said. All the different sports teams have different goals and different purposes, but at the same time, they're all just coming together for the same goal, which is to win and to just be the best version of themselves and give 100%. So, yeah.
That's a great answer. Thank you. So I guess for either one of you, and you can both answer this if you'd like, what's the one piece of advice you would give to an incoming freshman that's going to start here next fall, but their summer starts even earlier in June? What's one piece of advice you would give to an incoming freshman?
I'd probably say you should just show up to everything and give your hardest. Otherwise, you won't get everything you want out of the experience here and really getting better at your sports if you don't come to everything and try your best at everything.
Yeah, I would just say take advantage of every opportunity that's given.
That's great. Thank you. Well, Mr. Baker, where do you see the future of Irish Power heading?
I think a lot of that falls on the student athletes and their adherence to the program, like these two said of showing up when it's voluntary. But I think our culture's in a really good place where that's become kind of the norm for people. It's not looked at as something extraordinary just to show up, but to give the effort that they're talking about. As far as what I can do, there's I'm always trying to find more education on strength and conditioning. I think one thing we can start to focus on more in the future is kind of what are they doing outside of that hour of training? What do they need to do with their nutrition or their sleep or their recovery to get the most out of it, and not just the time that they're in the weight room or sprinting or whatever it may be.
Well, certainly a great feather in our cap that Irish Power offers for all of our student athletes and being a goal-focused district as part of building the Seneca Way. Mr. Baker, thank you. Casey, Gabby, thanks for appearing and talking about Irish Power and what it means to you.
Thanks for having us.